Giuliani and the law career that he's been boasting is in jeopardy because his law license, practicing license, has been suspended. As a prosecutor in Manhattan and a former mayor of New York City, you wouldn't think that his life would devolve to where it is today. But because of the fact that he was part and parcel of the election denials, because of the fact that he helped to aid and abet lies pertaining to the 2020 election, the fact that he incited some of the violence that took place on January 6th, all of that seemed to play a role in New York's decision to suspend his license. So this is temporary, but there is a possibility that it'll be made permanent. A New York court ruled that Giuliani made, quote, demonstrably false and misleading statements to courts, lawmakers, and the public at large in his capacity as lawyer for former President Donald Trump. He, of course, repeatedly lied about voter fraud. He wasted resources and the court's time by showing up to battle it out regarding the results of the 2020 election without a single piece of evidence indicating that there was voter fraud. They also argued that his lies helped fan the flames that led to the January 6th insurrection at the nation's capital. The Attorney Grievance Committee contends, they write, that respondents' misconduct directly inflamed tensions that bubbled over into the events of January 6th in the nation's capital. We conclude that respondents' conduct immediately threatens the public interest and warrants interim suspension from the practice of law pending further proceedings before the Attorney Grievance Committee. And one person who was not pleased about this was Andrew Giuliani, who was very upset on behalf of his daddy.
All 5 of them are Democrats, 3 of which were appointed by Andrew Cuomo. 5-0, ultimately. Democrats with 0 Republicans on there. Again, this is just unbelievable to see just how politicized all of this has become. I am infuriated by all of this, and any American that believes in an independent justice system, this is going after one of President Trump's closest allies. That's exactly what this is.
And that was Andrew Giuliani giving the audience a generous amount of headroom for that video. So Emma, thoughts on this? Is this nothing more than a political witch hunt?
I can only think about the headroom.
He might think that his head is similar to that of like Matt Gaetz. So he's just, there's like an issue going on over there. I mean,
okay, so he put it on top. We have the important news to discuss. He did not have one friend with him to record this video, so he's like, I gotta put it on top of a car. But he probably put the camera higher, right? Instead of when you turn it horizontally, he put it on the higher end as opposed to the lower one. I mean, dude, is this like a Wes Anderson movie? What kind of framing are you doing here? It doesn't need to be like this. It makes you look really short and small, and we already know what your gene pool looks like.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look, but serious point here. We'll clown on Andrew later. Why did it take so long? I mean, this guy was a practicing lawyer up until literally today. And with everything that transpired following the 2020 election, all the lies, all the incitements, by the way, he's facing a federal investigation in regard to his business with Ukraine. His home and his office got raided by the feds. I mean, I would argue, I could be wrong, Emma, but I would argue that lawyers who don't have tidy or cozy relationships with people in positions of power do not get this much leeway as they're making these massive, terrible decisions with their licenses.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. And it is another example of the powerful being held to different rules than everybody else is. And especially somebody who was the former mayor of New York, right? And despite his public meltdown, he still has a lot of clout just because he was mayor on 9/11. And I know that's hard for people to fully grasp, but it's the same way there are still people in the state who give Andrew Cuomo credence and kind of brush aside the COVID death cover up in nursing homes or the sexual harassment and assault allegations because he was governor during COVID and we saw him on TV. I mean, there's a lot of that involved. But I think at a certain point, the guy's a raging lunatic, standing aside Sidney Powell, going to Four Seasons Landscaping to do a press conference for Donald Trump. His hair's melting off, his spitting everywhere. I mean, with every word, there's just spittle all over the place. He's a raving lunatic, and the fact that he still had his license was unfortunate and a menace because he started ostensibly using it as Trump's lawyer.
Yes.
So it's fine if he's kind of, hibernating and not using it and he's just active in political life and going on TV or whatnot and he's not practicing. But he was involved in legal proceedings with Trump, at least representing him. So, okay, this guy has done numerous things and been involved in numerous criminal probes. It's time to at least suspend it at the very least.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.